Economics, Standard 11, Unit 3, Production Analysis continued. Let us learn today Law of Supply. Law of supply is associated with production analysis. Let us recall Law of Demand. Law of demand, what we learned in the previous unit. So, law of demand is associated with consumption analysis, whereas law of supply is associated with production analysis. Law of supply explains the positive relationship between the price of a commodity and the supply of that commodity. For example, if the price of cloth increases, the supply of cloth also will increase. This is due to the fact that when price rises, it is profitable to increase the production and hence supply increases. So, law of supply describes a direct relationship between price of a commodity and the supply of that commodity. Direct relationship between the price of a commodity increases means supply of that commodity also will increase. So if the price of a commodity decreases, the supply of that commodity decreases too. So the law of supply can be stated as other things remaining the same. If the price of a commodity increases, its quantity supplied increases. And if the price of a commodity decreases, quantity supplied also decreases. The supply of a commodity depends on the factors such as price of commodity, price of labor, price of capital, the state of technology, number of firms, prices of related goods, and future price expectations, and so on. Mathematically, quantity supplied is equal to function of Px, Pr, Pf, T, O, and E. So, quantity supplied is equal to function of Px, Pr, Pf, and T, O, and E. So, whereas Px, price of X commodity, and Pr, price of related goods, and Pf, price of factors of production, T, technology, and O, objective of the producer, that is very important, and E, expected price of the commodity. Of course, there are assumptions for this law too. There is no change in the prices of factors of production. So the prices of factors of production should not be changed at all. There is no change in price of capital goods too. Natural resources and their availability remains the same. And fourthly, prices of substitutes are constant. The prices of substitutes are also constant. And fifth, there is no change in technology. Sixth, climate remains unchanged. Seventh, political situations remain unchanged. And finally, there is no change in tax policy too. So if tax policies, the tax increases for a product, then automatically supply also will be lessened. So there is no change in tax policy. Law of supply can be easily explained with the help of a table and diagram. Suppose the supply function Qs is equal to function of P, or Q is equal to 20P. Here P is an independent variable. So when the price changes, that is, new values of quantity can be calculated here. So in the table, price and supply is just mentioned. We have taken Q is equal to 20P. So price, supply. So 1, and then supply is 20. And when the price is 2, supply is 40. Price is 3 rupees, supply is 60. Price is 4, supply is 80. And the price is 5, supply goes for 100. And this table can be just applied in the diagram too. Now, horizontal line, x-axis is drawn, and we can just mark it as commodity X, supplied, commodity X, which is supplied. And in the vertical line, y-axis is drawn, price. Price is mentioned here. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100. And here the price is 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 3, 4 and 5 rupees. So when the price is 1 rupee, the supply is just 20. So here. And when price is 2 rupees, the supply is 40. And when price is just taken into 3 rupees, and the supply just goes for 60 rupees. Supply goes for 60 rupees. So you can take this direct one. So 60 rupees. 60. And when the supply is 4 rupees, and then we can just take here 80. When the supply is 5 rupees, when the supply is 5 rupees, you can just go for 100. 100. So 100. A, B, C, D and E. The quantity is supplied. So now let us join and the supply curve. So the supply curve SS is just mentioned here just by joining this, joining the supply point. Okay. So this is SS and we can just see here A, B, C, D, E, which lies on supply curve SS and represent various quantities of different prices. They represent various quantities of different prices. And just to see here, so when we applied here, so when one price, that is rupees 1, 20, and rupees 2, 40, rupees 3, 60, and rupees 4, 80, and rupees 5, 100. So A, B, C, D, E points, the points, and here supply curve. So on SS supply curve just represents various quantities of different prices. So we can easily clearly understand the law of supply with the help of table and diagram. Of course, factors determining supply, prices of the commodity, price of other that is commodities, also important, price of factors, price of expectations, technology, natural factors, and also discovery of new raw materials, taxes and subsidies, and objectives of the firm are the important factors that determine law of supply. Let us continue learning this lesson. Factors determining supply in detail, and also elasticity of supply and its types of elasticity of supply in the next class. Thank you for listening.